Well, if you enjoy hunting and fishing the way that I do, you know that there are law enforcement officers out there helping to protect our wildlife and our natural resources. With me is recently retired Conservation Officer John Borkovich, not too far away.
Well, I grew up right over here by Brookwood Golf Course.
All right.
And I live in Port Huron now.
Well, listen, you've had a great career. I've enjoyed reading your book. Tell me a little bit about why you did the book.
Over the years of working as a conservation officer, I was just having a ball. I was just loving every day. During that time, I started to realize I was making some incredibly interesting cases that I needed to put in a book form. So that's what spawned the book idea.
You know, the few segments that I did read in it, it would just amaze me how you can start out with what looked like a simple stop and how are things going, Mr. Hunter, Mr. Fisherman, and it can lead to a whole different scenario.
One time was a terrorist, so it starts as a basic hunting violation, ends up being arresting a convicted terrorist, those type of things.
Tell me again about some of the response you're getting out of your book.
I think the response, Tom, comes from our love for nature, the way we love fish, birds, and animals, and our rivers, and our wildlife. The response is incredible. The response comes from that innate love we have for wildlife and nature.
Let me go to some of the specifics in your book. You saw a gentleman with elk antlers in the back of his truck, and that led to a whole different scenario.
That one particular case started out with some elk antlers that still had blood on them, and there was no tag on them. Probably just an accident or a tag blew off, no big deal.
Yeah.
And it ended up being, he was a very dangerous convicted felon that can't even own guns. He had loads of trouble, but it ended up being
it all started out with just something very simple.
Oh, yeah.
But hopefully that's in the minority, and hopefully there are a lot of good interactions that you have with hunters and fishermen.
Thank you for bringing that up. It's so incredible when I'm speaking to groups and clubs. I tell every one of them that we have some 12 million hunters in America, and they're almost all good. We don't have a problem with good people like your customers and you and Mike here, Tom. We only have a problem with the actual serious poachers, and there are serious poachers out there. They're the same type criminals that would steal a truck from your parking lot. I make that distinction everywhere I go, that there's such a difference between a hunter and a poacher.
Well, listen, John, I really enjoyed the book, and I really enjoy and thank you for all you've done over these years to help protect our wildlife and our natural resources.
Thank you. I appreciate your support.
All right. John, if folks are interested in your book, where can they find it?
Well, the Williams Gun Sight Company, of course.
That's true. And I assume you have a website.
The website is wildlife911officer.com.
All right, John, appreciate the information.
Thank you,
what a great
Tom.
career.
Thank you.
For ABC 12 News, I'm Tom Wright from Williams Gun Sight Company, back again next week.